AF Live, taking your mindset next level to get next year's results today with me, your host, Brandon Foster. Are you a badass peep with big dreams, ready to turn your unrealistic goals into reality? Confident AF Live is the gateway to enormous new opportunities and unlimited possibilities. The unrealistic can suddenly become realistic for you if you believe it. Are you ready to take your dreams and results to the next level? Then stay tuned as we help crack open the door to new ways of impactful thinking and believing about yourself with mindset practices for badass people like you. Confident AF Live starts right now. What up, badasses? Are you guys ready for an absolute incredible episode today? I am super excited to talk about this. I have 7 secret ways that your mindset is costing your business in big ways. This is going to be extra juicy. I'm completely in love with the title, and I want to go right into these 7 ways. But before I do, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at Brandon R. Foster. Okay, you need to do that. And if you're not following me on YouTube, follow me on YouTube too, boo. All right, like follow me in all the places so you get the maximum amount of encouragement, inspiration, joy, confident AF mindset. And we also have a Facebook group community of badass business owners. So check that out as well too. Okay, so I did this Facebook post and it was like on a whim. It was like, there's 7 things that the people need to hear from me and they need to hear it right now. And so I made this list and I was telling Sierra, one of my amazing producers, I was like, I realized after I made the list, this is a whole podcast episode. Like I need to talk about this. Like I need to talk about this in a huge way because the people, you all need to hear this, because if you know how your mindset is costing your business, then you know how and what to look for and how you can start fixing it, right? It's kind of like if you don't even know the signs that your engine is not good on your car or that you have an oil leak. I mean, that's the reason why we have all of those light up signals in our cars right now, right? Can you imagine when the car first came out and you had no light up signals and like it would just make a funny noise or weird things would happen? Like how crazy is that? So I want you all to think about these 7 things as the warning lights. These are the warning lights for your business is what these are. And I'm going to go through each one of these. They're really awesome. So these are the 7 secret ways that mindset is costing your business. Number 1, let's talk about overwhelm, okay? Because every business owner, myself included, experiences overwhelm. And overwhelm just means that I think a piece of overwhelm is actually good and healthy for you. So I want to say that first, because what overwhelm is you are stretching pieces of yourself to new growth. So that's not a bad thing. But when you're like really overwhelmed and you want to shut down and you paralyze and you freeze and you start to worry and overthink and overanalyze, that's the worst thing you can do, because it means you're not being intentional about your thoughts and your action in your business. And it also means that you've basically bitten off more than you can chew. And I believe Abraham Hicks has the analogy that overwhelm is like you go to the buffet and instead of just eating what you want until you're full, you decide to try to eat everything as if it was your last meal and you're going to eat it all today. And the number one reason why people experience overwhelm and why it's a warning signal is, number 1, it probably means you're not using co-creation. So you all know by listening by now, I'm a firm believer in co-creation. I don't believe enough people talk about it or teach about it, but co-creation is you and God, you and the universe doing things together. So it's not all on you. You are fully supported, you are fully loved, you're fully helped, and it's not all on you. You will get overwhelmed very quickly as a human being with your limited thinking, your limited mindset, your limiting ideas, not understanding like the whole expanse of the universe and trying to figure out everything on your own. It will also cause a lot of problems for you if someone mistreats you or hurts your feelings and you decide that you're going to take care of it, which is you creating from negative space, anger, manipulation, control, and that will come back to you, as opposed to allowing God to be your vindicator. Imagine the whole power of the universe, God, making it right for you versus, your humanness trying to make it right. Okay. So overwhelm, number one cause is not using co-creation. And number two cause is overextending yourself, usually in terms of time, number of activities, new activities, or resources. Resources being money or manpower. And when I say manpower, I mean men, women, they, them, the people. Okay. Number two, warning light in your business. And I have seen this so many times. And it's honestly one of my favorite things to do with one-on-one coaching clients is I see so many people who are not getting the right solutions for their situation or for their business because they're not asking the right questions. Okay. So it's like, I really want to have $100,000 in sales this year or $100,000 in sales this month. But they're asking God and asking questions about how they can make $50,000 in sales. It's like, you have to ask different, every question you ask is going to get a different response. If you were to call, let's just give you a crazy example. So like if you were to call your mom and be like, Mom, how can we host my friends over, 12 of us, for barbecue? She's going to give you a different answer than if you say, Mom, how can we host 100 people over for barbecue? Right? Different response, different answer, because you changed the numbers. Now imagine if you kept the numbers the same, but then you said in an hour versus in 3 months. You're also going to get a different response. So you can see how your questions, any question you ask in your business, you're going to have a different response based on the questions that you ask, which is why mindset actually transcends your business growth. Because if you are if you're asking the wrong questions, then you're not going to get the right answers to get you where you want to go. That's number two. Number three is going to be laziness of mindset. And this is something that I've been taking this course called Solomon CEO, who is from this amazing, he's no longer with us. He was an amazing marketing entrepreneur, digital course creator, really before his time. And it's part of a bonus that I have in my high level mastermind that I'm doing called Scale. And the idea is taken from Proverbs, but the idea that laziness isn't just what you do, laziness is also in your thinking. And it's so interesting to me because American society likes to teach us that if we're not taking action, then we're lazy. But if that was true, then why are so many very wealthy multimillionaires, billionaires, entrepreneurs, they don't work a whole lot? Like they don't do a whole lot. And the reason why is because they're not lazy with their thinking. They work the human brain and they work the human mind, and they know how to ask questions to give them better responses. That's the beauty. That's the beauty. So that's number three. If your mindset is lazy, your business is going to suffer tremendously. And by laziness, it doesn't just mean doing, it's like lazy with thought, like really asking really important questions that are really going to lead you the right path. Okay. Oh, this is such a good one. Number 4. This secret mindset piece is why you're not growing as fast as you could grow. And this is the fear and worry about making mistakes in your business. Because what happens is if you're afraid of making mistakes, somehow someone or something taught you that if you make a mistake, only bad things will happen. But what if you made a mistake and grace filled in the gaps and it wasn't a big deal, and it was like riding a bike and you crash and it's not a big deal. You like fix the wounds and you get back on the bike and you just keep going. Like, what if that was the case? What if that was the case? Then you would always hop on the bike because you're like, it's not that big of a deal. If I've fallen off once before and it was fine, it wasn't a big deal, I'm going to be okay. Because when you are afraid of making mistakes in your business, you're afraid to step into the unknown. And the unknown is where the magic happens. That's how you create new results in your business. When you're not growing, when you're not stepping outside your comfort zone, when you're afraid to make mistakes, safety is actually what destroys businesses. When businesses play it safe and they don't shift with technology, they don't shift with the times, they don't shift with social media, they fail. They fail because they're not up with the times. That's number 4. Number 5. Your sales and lead flow are inconsistent because your mindset isn't consistent. I love doing mindset audits. If you are interested in me doing a mindset audit for you, just comment. I would love a mindset on it on my Instagram posts, or I think you could probably do it too over on YouTube when this gets posted. But I was doing mindset audits on entrepreneurs and I asked them 3 specific questions, which is, are you using affirmations? Are you journaling? Are you meditating? And so many of them were like, no, no, no. Or they were like 1 to 2 times a week. And there's not consistency. And the truth is, if you are not consistent in what you do, your results will not be consistent. And the way that 7-figure business owners scale and grow their business is they are first consistent in what they do. As they have more money and resources, they hire out the tasks they used to do. They keep the consistency with what they used to do. And then they do other things to create more consistency and stack, right? So imagine you as an entrepreneur or business owner, imagine like you're doing a piece of the marketing puzzle. Like let's say you're doing reels, or let's say you're doing YouTube videos. And then you reach a point where you're like, I can't keep doing this anymore. So then you have somebody else who actually edits the videos for you or posts the reels for you or whatever. It takes time off of your plate so that you have more time back to do other things. Now their consistency allows you to up-level your consistency in a new way. But that's how you grow your business. And it's like I had a conversation with one client today and I was like, your marketing is not consistent. If your marketing is not consistent, you're not going to have consistent lead flow. And even if you didn't have the whole lead flow you wanted to, if your marketing was consistent, you would be able to get clues and ideas of what to shift and what to rearrange so that it could work better. But if you're not consistent, it's hard for you to decipher and understand what is working and what isn't working so you can shift, change, and pivot to have a quality of abundance leads. That's number 5. Number 6, your current circumstances and situations and people are not to blame for where you are in your business. This is the sneakiest of all the mindset ideas, truly, is when people say, I can't do this in my business because I don't have the money to hire somebody, or I don't have the money to invest. So you're blaming your money for why you can't move forward in your business. The second that you say, even though I don't have the money this red hot minute, I will either find a free resource, I will find a free tool, I will find another way to afford it, or I will manifest the money. Now it doesn't matter that you don't have the money this red hot minute because you have a solution that's going to work with your problem. But the challenge with a lot of people is they use blaming and excuses as a scapegoat to cover up what is really an underlying subconscious idea, belief, or mindset paradigm that's actually holding them back. So, for example, had a really amazing individual I was talking to, and they're like, they create these amazing reels for their business. Like, they're super amazing. And they're a mom. And so they're a mompreneur. And we just hit summer. So I asked about consistency, and the response was, no, I haven't been consistent at all because of change in schedules now that school's out, and because of my kids taking my time. And I told this person, I love you to pieces. You're acting like because you're a mom and the kids got out of school, there's no way you can be successful in your business and you have no time to do these things. And it wasn't true. It was an excuse that felt really good. That way she didn't have to face the fear of failure, which was posting and being consistent and then not seeing the results that you were hoping to see or you wanted to see. So blaming situations and circumstances is never helpful. I'll give another example. I remember during COVID had just started. This was in 2020. And my husband was director of community relations for a large franchise and independent franchisee. And his job was all going out to community. Like, that's all it was fundraising events and charity events and donating and sponsorship and meeting people in person for breakfast and lunch and all those things. And COVID hit, and he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I could lose my job. Like, my whole reason for existing is to do events, and no events are happening now. And I can't interact with human people. And I told him, I said, this will either be the best thing that's ever happened for you, or it'll be the worst thing that's ever happened for you. The situation and circumstances doesn't determine it. You determine that. You determine whether this is the best thing or the worst thing that's ever happened for you. You determine that. Nobody else. And so he was like, okay, so it's going to be the best thing that's ever happened for me. I go, good, run with that. And then he got 2 promotions, did some really, really amazing things. Super proud of him. But it's the old adage that nothing matters more in life than your attitude. Attitude is a combination of thoughts plus emotions. That's what attitude is. And attitude, you control. You choose your thoughts that you focus on, and you get to rearrange and shift to how you feel. And when you shift and rearrange how you think, you can feel a lot better. And attitude is what helps people in life, because no matter what the situation or circumstance is, you can have a negative attitude or you can have a great attitude. So that's number 6. Number 7, which is the most important one out of all these. I want you all to understand that your mindset will always be the glass ceiling for your business. And the reason that that's so important is because when I talk about mindset being the glass ceiling for your business, and you all know I'm known as the confidence coach, the reason why confidence is so important to your mindset is confidence is knowing your capabilities and abilities. So if you're not developing your confidence to a new level, then your glass ceiling is your own capabilities and abilities and what you know you can do. And your mindset is going to impact that. There is nothing more important that I would want the whole entire world to hear today from me than that your mindset will determine how far you go in life, how successful you are in life, how much ease you have in your life, how much love, joy, and abundance you have in your life. nothing else will determine that more than your mindset. Your mindset is your number one glass ceiling. And if you think about all the amazing breakthroughs in human rights, equality, miracles, amazing stories of survival, their number one factor was mindset. I remember as an 8th grade language arts teacher reading Night, which is a story of a Holocaust survivor. And there was interviews of the author talking about the importance of mindset during that time period, and how the people who survived were the people who continued to believe and have faith and had true positivity. And remember, true positivity is not ignoring your current circumstances or situations. It's saying this current situation or circumstance is not going to steal my joy or my happiness, and I'm going to choose to hold on to as much joy and happiness as I can, and to believe that good days are coming, better days are coming, with all your heart. Mindset is more important than anything else in your business, in your life. Which is why, if I were to tell any entrepreneur or business owner the most important tool for them to invest in, it would be mindsets first. Changing how you think about yourself, money, worthiness, questions, co-creation. Because when you have a firm foundational mindset practice, it changes every practical piece in your business, because algorithms always change, social media always changes, technology is always changing, industries change. Mindset and the work of mindset never changes. It is consistent. It is the most important, and it will determine how far you go more than anything else. I love you all so much. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have not already, subscribe to this podcast instead of just listening to one episode. Share it with friends, share it with family, share the joy, the encouragement, the upliftingness. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram at Brandon R. Foster. I love you so much. Have an amazing day, boo. You have been listening to Confident AF Live, taking your mindset next level to get next year's results today, with host Brandon Foster on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Listen or watch live every Wednesday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, where I help badasses like you with big dreams learn to take their impact and results next level, turning those unrealistic goals into reality. Confident AF Live is the gateway to enormous new opportunities and unlimited possibilities. For more information, get in touch with me, Brandon, at BrandonRFoster.com.